Good afternoon, everyone. My report is all about from reactive policy to agile governance, building an agile mindset, and strategic intelligence in public administration. When we say reactive policy, this is the case when we respond to an events after they have happened, right? Rather than focuses on eliminating the problems before they have the chance to appear. So, in this discussion, we will learn about how will public administration develop an agile mindset and strategic intelligence. Um, this report is divided into four parts, namely the need for more agile governance, the core elements of agile governance, strategic intelligence, and conclusions and recommendation to achieve agile mindset and strategic intelligence in public administration. So, first, we will understand what is agile and why it matters. Agile is defined as a recent phenomenon that most governments are still learning how to apply it when searching for innovation and performance improvements in government operations and service provisions. Agile government is inspired by agile software development, but in wider administrative parlance, it means responding to changing public needs in an efficient way. Hence, to achieve the 17 Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs, it is very important to implement an agile mindset to every public officers in public governance. Mm, Next is the need for more agile governance. According to the book of Klaus Schwab and Thierry Malaret, COVID-19 The Great Reset, what is needed to boost public institutions' ability to successfully implement the 2030 Agenda is a shift from traditional, often siloed and cumbersome policy development to more agile and responsive governance approaches that draw on new tools, processes, and mindsets to inform more systematic responses. Since change is the only certainty and agility is the first line of defense, we must change our perspective and traditional approaches to governance to result in optimizing for efficiency and delivering the highest value of public service at speed. Also, from the book entitled Great Reset, from Klaus Schwab says that the pandemic represents a rare but narrow window of opportunity to reflect, reimagine, and reset our world. In times of crisis, our collective senses are heightened to what a better society, industry, or company could look like. Maybe this pandemic is a wake up call for us to revamp, reinvent, or in short, we need the great reset. However, in today's world, also according to Klaus and Thierry, there are three characteristics. First, the interdependence, velocity, and complexity. When we say interdependence, this invalidated silos thinking or unwillingness to share information or knowledge between employees or across different departments within a company. The lack of cross departmental communication can negatively impact workflow as information is not passed freely across the organization. Attitudes are difficult to change, especially when self interest is at stake. A writer for Salesforce.com suggests that the keys to dismantling silos are cooperation, communication, and collaboration. Velocity, on the other hand, means that decision makers have more information and analysis than ever before, but less time to decide. And complexity creates limits to our knowledge and understanding of things. Next is the core elements of agile governance. To build a solid foundation for agile governance in Public institutions, policymakers, and civil servants need to take the three key steps. First, integrate technology. Second, collaborate with multi-stakeholders. Third, develop an agile mindset across public administration. So, in order to achieve a more agile governance, government should invest more or consider digital innovations to provide effective services and to promote bilateral relations between citizens and governments. The potential benefit of greater technological integration for the 2030 agenda are manifold and go beyond using big data to more effectively track SDG implementation. So the governments that are agile will be able to find ways to better exploit technology, co-opt it, and regulate it. Close collaboration with businesses and civil society organizations will be necessary to make that happen. Second is the multi-stakeholder collaboration. Uh, have you heard of Asian Development Bank pilot project graduation approach for poverty reduction in the Philippines? This collaboration with ADB aims in targeting SDG 1, which assign training assets to families based on need and local context. The combination of systems and designs thinking provides an iterative and cumulative learning process that enables exploration and complex, fast-moving ecosystems, make sense of observed variables, and shape possible outcomes while analyzing the influence of those outcomes on the status quo. So from 2018 to 2020, an ADB project piloted the approach for 1,800 households in Negros Occidental with a focus group-based coaching and group-based asset delivery. So as a multi-stakeholder approaches become increasingly necessary, leaders in every sector will need to learn how to operate more effectively across complex networks and build trust with one another in the process. Last core element is developing an agile mindset. So, developing and nurturing trust is also a key component in new mindset to support more agile governance, especially where more multi-stakeholder approaches are involved. So, let's move to strategic intelligence platform. In a world of accelerating complexity and embracing technology, promoting multi-stakeholder collaboration and an agile mindset and putting them at the core of public institution is, however, easier said than done. The relationship issues are in constant flux with evolving interdependencies, quickly undermining policy prescriptions. Simultaneously, the explosion of online content and its accessibility has multiple benefits but can also serve to overwhelm public servants seeking to understand complex issues in a limited time with limited resources. This calls for creating a framework to understand the shifting influences, issues, and stakeholders informed by the best knowledge available, augmented by technology and agile enough to track developments across a web of dynamic interrelationship. Doing this requires building internal capacities, tapping into the best sources of research and analysis, and leveraging the benefits of machine intelligence. Thus, the World Economic Forum has developed its strategic intelligence platform to support agile governance, a system thinking approach incorporating expert knowledge and using technology to augment and scale capabilities. So, this strategic intelligence platform is a suite of digital tools designed to help business leaders make informed decisions. Its dynamic cutting edge features can help you avoid blind spot, overcome institutional biases, broaden your perspective, and reduce time to insight and connect with leading experts on specific topic. Um, Next is the conclusions and recommendations. So the following are the key recommendations that are critical to promote agile governance among public servants. First, think and act in terms of systems and not silos. Ensure that the fundamental values that guided the development of the 2030 agenda shape public service delivery. Third, integrate technology into projects and initiatives to expand their scope and scale. Next is take an inclusive, multi-stakeholder approach, ensuring that diverse perspectives are represented and reflected, and incorporate design thinking methods such as co-creation, prototyping, testing, and iteration. Sixth is develop agile mindset to support a model of governance that is robust, adaptable, and responsive. Next is invest the time and energy in nurturing trust among multi-stakeholder groups. Seek out the best sources of knowledge and insights to inform your work. Integrate readily available technologies and tools that support integration of strategic intelligence into agile governance approaches. And lastly, seek continuous adjustment and improvement. So let me end my report with a quote from Nick Chu. We are an elephant racing against greyhounds. We want to keep the power of an elephant but need the speed and flexibility of the greyhound. And the only way to do that is through agile ways of thinking.